Ray, with that investigation, Domino's says it's one of the few chains to make every pizza fresh to order. Still to come on A Current Affair, perfect fit, finding the right pair of jeans for everybody. That story is coming up. Well, at its peak, the blind dating show Perfect Match was one of the country's most watched and best loved programs. In the 1980s, Perfect Match made its host Greg Evans a star, along with co-host Debbie Newsom. And now Evans is still a self-confessed romantic at heart, but these days it's not so much matchmaking, but marriages. Elise Mooney explains.
Are you a matchmaker deep down?
Do you know, I'm a romantic deep down.
He's like the Barry White of romance.
I can't get enough of your love, babe.
Greg Evans can't get enough of your love. Long before internet dating, the self-confessed romantic hosted this, Perfect Match, an 80s blind date game show.
The craziest thing you've ever done?
I'd say when I joined the Army Reserves.
Why is that crazy?
Because I was desperate.
Fast forward 20 years, the suits and haircuts have improved, but Greg is still bringing happy couples together, this time in his role as a civil celebrant.
I could never have imagined when I was doing Perfect Match and introducing couples that these days I would be participating in their marriage ceremonies.
Here's Debbie.
His wing woman on Perfect Match was Debbie Newsom, now a club circuit singer.
I think Greg will be a top celebrant, just like it was a top show. Perfect Match was one of the biggest rating programs of all time.
She was everything I dreamed she'd be.
She says if you want a ceremony with heart, get Greg to seal the deal.
Like, Greg loves matching people up and he loves all that romance stuff, and so it's just perfect for Greg.
I did a wedding yesterday and there was Ross and Sally, and I actually cried at the wedding because they wrote their own vows. And when you work with someone on a wedding, and I write the wedding ceremony for them, to see it reach a climax like that and when they exchange those words of love, I cried.
He cocked one eye at her and she cocked one eye at him, and they stood there cockeyed.
There were no tears in the tiny Victorian high country town of Tolmi last weekend.
Would you please now put your hands together for Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie and Robin O'Dwyer?
Greg presided at the very down-to-earth wedding of local publican Ronnie O'Dwyer to Robin Britton.
Did you ever imagine when you were watching Perfect Match that that man would marry you one day?
No. He's still got the same sort of charisma and everything else. He's just a really good showman and just good fun.
They come to me because they want a bit of fun. And that's what they can have. They can have as much fun as they want. And you'd be surprised at how many people these days just say, can we have a bit of fun in our ceremony? Say, sure, have as much fun as you want.
He bought a personality that was bubbly, bright, wear probably bits of dags, and he really was able to give us a wedding that was fun.
That includes letting the groom wear his beloved stubbies on the big day.
Yes, he wears his shorts 365 days of the year, so I want him to get married in those.
Pretty sexy.
He has got very sexy legs, yes.
If you're out there on the roads, take it easy, particularly around the shopping centre car parks. No
Greg's
car
also
parks.
an announcer on 3MP, Melbourne's easy listening music station.
We've got a lot of
This on-air gaffe made last year was anything but music to listeners' ears.
That was never meant to offend anyone. It became a storm in a teacup, really, because it was not meant to offend or hurt anyone. It was simply an accidental microphone leaving on by someone else that I copped the flack for.
What a relief! What a relief. You wanted someone strange, weird and outgoing. He's got a purple car and you're going to the Hunter Valley.
Greg says he's always been in the business of making people happy. The key to any perfect match.
Do you know, I really am a firm believer that we live in this life in search of happiness, and those who find it are truly blessed. And if your partner can make you happy, then it's going to last forever.
Elise Mooney reporting there. Good hair in the 80s. What about that? And Greg Evans says he's now planning to expand his business to marry couples right across Australia. Still to come, every woman's dream, finding the perfect pair of jeans.